Hey everyone, welcome to another video. So today I'm driving my Tesla. I believe this Tesla has made the most trips to AutoZone and to the garage. It should not be doing that. So I'm gonna check on my 95 3000 GT and see where it's at. Looks like the build is done and it's almost ready. They have to put it to some test for 2 hours. It has to idle and regulate the temperature, make no weird noise, and then we are good to go. So all right, let's go inside and check it out.
There you go. There you go. Huh? Maybe have no gas in
Oh, there's no gas?
yeah, I said.
Oh. Hmm. They're putting some gas. Okay, hopefully it fires up. I get to hear it today. Finally, after 1 year. Let's see.
Yeah.
But did we change the lifters?
Yeah.
These are new lifters, right? It's going away slowly.
Yeah.
Once the oil comes up,
Yeah, you can see the oil inside. The lubrication is not used. That's good lubrication.
yeah, I see that. Yeah. So Mitsubishi came up with new lifters with a bigger hole on top, the OEM lifters.
Yes.
So it spits out more oil and
Yeah.
doesn't get blocked. So those are the newer lifters that they have come up with. All right. So I'm back in my not so fancy Tesla Model 3. That's my workhorse right now. That does all my dirty laundry. So you saw there was a bit of struggle in getting the car started. So I talked to the mechanic for some time after I saw it running, And so basically this is what's going on. So according to him, the job is all done, everything is in there, everything has been fitted properly, nothing missed out. We'll know that in future, but that's what we're going with right now. And the car is almost ready. So the way he's going to finish this job is, now the car needs to run for 2 hours continuously. So it has to idle. It won't be on a freeway for 2 hours, but it'll be in the shop sitting there, and the car should be able to regulate the temperature on itself, like maintain the temperature. It should not overheat, no weird noise and everything should come, and all of that should happen, right? So we saw a bit of struggle while starting the car. That's because the battery was dead. Obviously, it's been sitting there for a year and nobody put it on tender. I don't know why it didn't occur to me. I could have taken out the battery and like, hey, I'll leave it at home and I'll put it on tender. But again, something I learned later. I thought about it later. But anyways, the battery is a $200 thing, not a big deal. That's all right. And the car also didn't have enough gas, and it was in a slanted position. Only the front side was hooked up on a jack, was lifted on a jack, and the rear end was down, so there wasn't enough fuel flowing. So they refilled it. It started. It did sound a little bit hard. It sounded a little bit harsh. I mean, like, they were, but it sounded better when it ran. So we need to break into the engine. It needs to break in, and I think what he said is like, I need to drive this car for at least like 500 to 1,000 miles before I can take it for a smog. So if you remember, my original concern was white smoke coming out from the tailpipe. That is completely gone, and I had high nitrous oxide emission, and those were the two problems. And the third problem I had was my clutch didn't had any pressure, even though it was, we did bleed the clutch. There was a new clutch line, and there was new master and slave cylinder. Paid almost 600 for that job, and still my clutch didn't have enough pressure. So so finally what happened, they started with the first test. That's like idling the car for 2 hours, and around 1.5 hours later, the temperatures were fine. Radiator fans will come up, it'll again turn off as temperature goes down, and again it'll come off and off, and it went on fine for 1.5 hours. And after that, what happened was, like, they started hearing some squeaking sound, and eventually they realized the clutch has completely burnt out. How did that happen? It was a brand new clutch with no miles on it. The car never left the shop. It's been sitting on the lift all this while, and while idling, somehow the clutch burnt out. So I'm guessing you guys know more than I know. I'm not a full-time mechanic, so if you know what happened, please comment and let me know. At this point, my guess is because I don't have enough pressure in the clutch, and maybe there's something wrong in the clutch operation. Maybe the clutch had not disengaged or something, or it was very slightly engaged, not enough to push the car forward, but enough to get burned over a period of time because of the continuous engagement. I don't know how it happened, but this is a theory that I'm going with right now. It has something to do with the no pressure in the clutch, and somehow it was not completely disengaged. So the clutch is completely burnt out, and so it was under warranty. Obviously it has not left the shop, so they used the warranty and got me a brand new clutch. It's there. They're looking into the no pressure on the pedals problem in the clutch, and after that they're going to again repeat the 2-hour test, and then they'll take it for a freeway ride, and then I get my car. So yeah, that's the story. So next week, I'm gonna apply to DMV requesting a temporary permit to drive the car for a month before I can do smog. I've paid my registration, but the smog is still pending, and so I don't have new stickers. I can't drive it without stickers. It's California. So all right, so this is where I am. So I need two help or advice from the community. Number one, why do you think the clutch burnt out? They didn't even drive the car. The car was idling for 2 hours, and the car was supposed to idle for 2 hours, but at 1.5 hours they started hearing some squeaking sound, and the clutch burnt out. That's number one. What do you think? Why did the clutch burn out? And number two is, when you get engine rebuilt, like what I did, everything was changed. Water pump, oil pump, and then all the hoses, we put a new radiator, everything was changed, completely rebuilt engine, everything under the hood was changed. So what are the common problems I can expect? If you can comment and let me know that what I should look out for, like what are the most obvious problems why a engine rebuild can go bad, and how to detect it before I take the car back from shop. Now imagine if these guys wouldn't have done the 2-hour test and given me the car saying, hey, it's done, just drive it for 500 miles and go for a smog test, and I'll come back after like a day and say like, hey, you know what, my clutch burnt out. And they were like, oh, we gave you a brand new clutch, it's not possible. And then we'll be fighting with each other. Like, I'm like, I can't burn a clutch in a day with like few 10 miles on it or 20 miles on it. And they were like, oh, we gave you a brand new clutch, we didn't do anything wrong. So you know how those problems can be avoided. I'm glad they caught this problem while the car was still in the shop. So please help me validate, like, how do I make sure that everything was done right? Is there some diagnostics that I can run? So they have confirmed already that there's no misfiring, timings are right, and everything looks good. Should I just take it for a smoke test just like that, even before doing the 500 miles, to see what's coming out of the tailpipe, and then maybe repeat that again after 500 or 1000 miles and then see the numbers? Or do I just plug in the OBD2 scanner and see what comes out of it? What can I do to make sure all the problems, there are no lingering problems there that's gonna show up after a few months or something? I do have a 1-year warranty on parts and labor, so within 1 year they will help me fix whatever it is. They're pretty nice guys. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna take it all for free. I'm gonna help them with some money if something comes up. And they have done a good job, and they were very decent and honest, so I believe in what they have done. But again, problems can come up, like the clutch problem. So if you know what to check when you take a car back after rebuilding it, please let me know in the comments. I'll try to do those, and I'll be super thankful. I'll be super thankful for your feedback. You guys know more than I know, and I'm an IT guy. I'm not a full-time mechanic, so you guys know it all. So let me know in the comments, and hopefully we can catch any other open issues that are with the car before I take it back from the shop. All right, thank you for watching. The next video will be when I pick up the car, and we'll go for a test drive and see how it feels and what's up with it. All right, see you in the next video.